Hey, welcome. Do you ever feel like your body's energy tank is just always running on empty? Well, today we're going to flip that script. We are diving deep into the science of aerobic conditioning, and we're going to show you how to turn that exhaustion into pure energy. It's time to stop thinking of exercise as a chore and start seeing it as your most powerful tool for a healthier life.
So, first things first, let's talk about the problem with inactivity. You know the feeling, right? A simple flight of stairs suddenly feels like you're trying to summit Everest. So what's going on there? Well, the answer isn't just that you're out of shape. It's actually a very specific physiological state that your body gets into.
And this is the question at the heart of it all. Why do I get so tired so easily? I mean, really, this isn't just something that's in your head. It's a real, measurable, physical response your body is having to a lack of activity. And this state has a name. It's called deconditioning. And it's not just some vague idea. As you can see here, it's a very specific thing that happens when we're inactive for too long. It leads to a rapid drop in your body's ability to do, well, pretty much everything efficiently, from how well you use oxygen to how powerfully your heart can pump blood.
And the effects, they're not just isolated, they are systemic. It's a whole body issue. I mean, sure, we've got the obvious one, decreased muscle mass and strength. But look at this list. It also means your cardiovascular function goes down, you have less blood volume, and it can even lead to a loss in bone density. It is quite literally a top-to-bottom drain on your body's entire system. So how do we fight back against this? The first step is understanding your body's energy systems. The best way to think about this is that you have 3 different engines inside of you, and each one is designed for a very specific kind of job.
You know, your body is incredibly smart. It doesn't just have one big on switch for energy. Instead, it has these 3 totally distinct systems that it switches between, all depending on how hard and how long you're pushing yourself.
And here they are, your body's very own power plants. First up, you've got the ATP-PC system. This is basically rocket fuel. It's for an explosive, all-out effort that only lasts about 10 seconds. Think sprinting for the bus you're about to miss. Next, for something a bit longer, maybe up to a minute of really hard work, your body shifts gears to the anaerobic system. It's super powerful, but it's the one that creates that muscle burn we all know. And finally, for the long haul, like a 30-minute jog, your body switches to its most efficient engine, the aerobic system. This is your endurance machine, and it can run for hours using a mix of glycogen, fats, and even protein. Knowing which engine you're using is the whole key to training effectively.
Okay, so that's the science behind the engines. But how do we actually put that knowledge to work? Well, that brings us to the FITT blueprint. This is your simple 4-part plan for building a workout that actually gets results.
Just remember this acronym, FITT. It's super easy. It stands for frequency, which is how often you work out, intensity, how hard you go, time, how long your session is, and type, what kind of exercise you're actually doing. These 4 things, they're the absolute foundation of any good conditioning program. So, why do these 4 things matter so much? Well, it all comes down to something called the overload principle. And in simple terms, all it means is this. To get stronger, you have to challenge your body just a little bit more than what it's used to. That extra challenge, that overload, is the signal that tells your body, hey, time to adapt and get stronger. That's why the FITT framework is so great. It gives you 4 simple dials you can turn to create that overload safely.
Now, of all those FITT principles, intensity is probably the most critical one. And the number you really need to remember is 60 to 90%. That's your target. That's the sweet spot as a percentage of your max heart rate, where the real conditioning magic starts to happen. It's the zone that really triggers those positive changes in your body.
And hey, you don't need a fancy lab or expensive gear to figure this out. A really simple, widely used way to estimate your max heart rate is just 220 minus your age. Now, it's not perfect, but it is a fantastic starting point to calculate your own personal 60 to 90% training zone.
All right, so we've got the blueprint. Now let's build the house. This next section is all about the perfect workout structure. We're going to break down a single session, piece by piece from start to finish. Every single effective workout is built on 3 distinct phases. First, you start with about a 10-minute warm-up to get your body ready. Then it's time for the main event, the 20 to 30-minute aerobic exercise period. This is where you're staying in that target heart rate zone, and you always finish with a 5 to 10-minute cool down. Trust me, every single part is essential.
Look, I get it. It is so tempting to just skip the cool down and get on with your day. But here is exactly why you shouldn't. It is so much more than just stretching. A good cooldown actually prevents blood from pooling in your legs, which can make you feel dizzy or even faint. It makes sure that blood gets back to your heart and brain, and it kickstarts your whole recovery process. It's a non-negotiable part of a safe workout.
Okay, so we've done the work, we've followed the plan. What's the reward? Our final section is all about the long-term payoff, and it covers all the amazing ways your body adapts and completely transforms with consistent training.
And this payoff isn't something that's years and years away. The data's super clear on this. You can see significant, measurable changes in as little as 10 to 12 weeks. That's less than 3 months to start feeling like a completely different person.
Now, this is one of the coolest parts about aerobic conditioning. The benefits actually happen even when you're just sitting on the couch. After training, your resting heart rate actually goes down. Your blood pressure can lower. Your body literally creates more blood volume and more of that oxygen-carrying hemoglobin. Your body becomes a more efficient, high-performance machine 24/7.
But wait, there's more. It doesn't stop there. On a cellular level, you actually increase the number and the size of your mitochondria. Those are your body's little power plants. Your body gets way better at burning fat for fuel, and you're strengthening not just your muscles, but your bones, your ligaments, and your tendons too. It is a total system upgrade. Okay, one final critical point we have to talk about: the reversibility principle. You've heard the saying, use it or lose it, right? Well, it is absolutely true here. Detraining happens fast. After just 2 weeks of stopping exercise, your body starts to lose those incredible hard-earned benefits. Consistency really is everything.
So, after all of this, what's the big takeaway? It's that your body is this incredible, adaptable machine. It is literally built to respond to the challenges that you throw at it. So the only question left is, what challenge are you going to give it next?